Esade doesn't want to be just a place where you learn how to reproduce the current economic system. We want to be the best place to challenge, question, and forecast the advanced models of the future economies.
We, at Social Eaters, truly believe in the culture of collaborative consumption and how sharing a meal with people you do not yet know can be a great social experience.
I've heard that Grownies recently moved and is living now in Spain. He has already visited many families like you and helped them to swap their kids' clothes through the internet, practicing this way collaborative consumption.
We basically connect travelers that are looking to discover our country from the local side, like to have a real experience of our country from the inside out, with local experts like any of you that wants to offer and host an activity with them and get paid for that.
Just a time bank. And why is InfoJob doing something like that? Well, you know, it's a 27% unemployment rate out there. Half of the young people don't have a job. And most of them are really talented, and most of them have lots of skills that they could share and improve. And the only reason they don't do so is just because they don't have the money to do. So that's why we thought, okay, let's create a time bank. Let's put these people together, and let's make that the most democratic asset we all have, time, can be exchanged.
We're dematerializing the relationship to our stuff. We don't want the clunky physical objects anymore, but we want access to the information it holds. In short, we don't want the stuff, but we want the needs or experiences it fulfills, which is driving this shift towards access over ownership.
Is this a sustainable trend? Is this an alternative to traditional business, or are we talking about wishful thinking, a fad?
In this area, we talk about advocacy or relief. And are dealing with today with advocacy scenario? Are we dealing with a more sustainable world, whatever it is interesting or not for the consumer? Or are we dealing with high quality services creating value to consumers?
So we have a community that connects two people, and within that community we have on the one side the traveler, on the other side the host. There's an added value to both sides. The traveler, at the moment we see a shift towards a more social traveler, a traveler that is looking for something more unique. With Airbnb, our hosts are able to gain some additional money, some extra money, in order to, with the existing space that they already have.
Today is a community, an online community in Europe, spread out into 10 different countries, with more than 3 million members, that connects drivers with actually people that are traveling in the same way. A long-term value of BlaBlaCar experience, the user doing it for saving costs, saving traveling cheap, but also mainly, I will say, in the long term, for user experience and interaction.
Seriously, if you have to collaborate with different business environment, which one would it be?
I would probably go back to what we talked about before, which is reputation. If somebody is able to make a platform that unifies all of the reputation and defines, depending on what the transaction is, what is relevant if you're selling books, what is relevant if you exchange clothes, what is relevant if you host a house, and combine data from all the different networks, I think that is really powerful.
But what we're really focused on right now is helping city governments to understand how these new companies aren't just, is a phrase we use often, they're not just taking a slice of the pie away from the existing companies, but they're actually helping us all to bake a bigger pie, and that there's actually more left for everybody at the end of the day. And I think that's the key message to keep in mind.